morning. We are live and ready to go. I popped on just a couple of seconds early. I checked on a little earlier for you guys. So welcome to Madness. We are week 1 of Kickstart. And we're just going to give you a couple minutes here. If you're logging in, feel free to type and let me know you're here with me. If you're able to go live with me, if you're not live, no big deal. You're doing this later in the day. And this is a great way to end the week, to end your Friday. So I'm going to give a couple more seconds while everyone is logging in, if you're logging in. And all what you need for this is a mat. That's it. That's all you need. Take your shoes off. You can do it in your pajamas. So let's get moving a little. Oh, the dog is stirring. He's been really good recently and not being in my face. So we're going, well, it's not looking so good, guys. So I'm turning my computer a little bit here. All right. Well, let's get going. Let's get moving. Now, this is about a 23-minute workout. I have a timer going. We are good. All right. How is everybody's bodies feeling right now? I mean, it's week 1. We're back in it. And so right now you may be a little sore. You may be a little stiff. And that's okay because we're going to stretch it out. So start those feet hip distance apart. Give me a nice deep breath in. Exhale as we come all the way down into that forward fold. Fold or forward fold. Holding it there. Round it up nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time as we bring it all the way up. Again, deep breath in. Flat back all the way down. We're just focusing on our breathing right now. Round it up nice and slow. Now, if you're not touching the ground, that's okay, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning. Everything's really tight. And so we're just warming things up here. Round it up. Give me one more time. Deep breath in. Flat back all the way down. Let's round it up nice and slow. Hold it here. Bring those feet in a little closer. Give me a nice deep breath in. Arms up over the head. We're actually going to interlock our fingers. You can't see because of how my computer's tilted, but interlock those fingers. We're going to bring it up and over, up and over. Wonderful. Now making sure we're taking that shoulder, that top shoulder, and pulling it back. We're not falling into it. So we're taking that shoulder and pull those arms so they're on each side of your ears. Deep breath in as we come up to the top, and let's take it the other direction. Focusing on keeping that top shoulder pulled back. Straightening those arms as much as we can. Give me a nice deep breath in. Up. One more time each direction as we come up and over. Up and over. Feeling a stretch all the way up through that back. Doesn't that feel really good this morning? Or again at night. It feels really good at night. Deep breath in. Come all the way up. One more time the other direction. We're breathing. We're straightening our arms. We're getting our arms right over our ears. All 4 corners of the feet are on the ground. Bring it back to center. Release those hands. Bring it down. Give me a nice deep breath in again. Exhale as we come down into forward fold. This time, give me some soft knees. So bend those knees just a little so you can just let everything hang. We don't have a lot of stretch on those hamstrings. We're just let things just kind of hang. Don't worry about looking at the screen right now. Just stay in that forward fold and let everything hang. Release your neck. Release your neck. So I want you to shake your head yes and no while you're in this forward fold. Taking a little bit of balance so all 4 corners of the feet are on the ground. Give me a nice deep breath. We're going to round it up one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. We're going to take it to all 4. So taking it to our mat now, all the way down. We're going to come to all 4s, making sure our wrists are in line with our shoulders and our knees are in line with our hips. We're going to take that belly button and draw it in as we round our back. Tucking our chin, just spend a moment here, getting that stretch all the way through our upper back. Let's take it the other direction now. So this time, sink the hips, lift the chin. Oh, does that feel good? So now we're depressing the back. I want to say arch, but each direction is an arch, isn't it? Bring it up the other direction, round it. I guess that's a round, the other one's an arch. Hold it there. And take it back to arching that back again. Now, I want you to go at your own tempo, at your own pace. Focus on your breathing. So rounding and arching that back with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Just making sure that when we're arching our back, that we're dropping our shoulders down away from our ears and really getting lengthened through our neck. So we lift, we're lifting our chin, pulling our shoulder blades down away from our ears. Back and forth at your own tempo. You may be going a little slower than me. You may be going a little faster than me. Everyone's going to be a little different. So you do what's right for you. Oh, it's feeling so good. Let's take it back to neutral here. So bring that back to neutral. Feet hip distance apart. Let's sit back in that child pose. Dropping our hips down. Feet and booty are touching, arms over the head, and try to get your forehead on the mat. If this is a lot on your knees, do what you can. Do what you can. This requires a lot of mobility in the hips and a lot of mobility in your knees. If you need to open up those legs a little bit and open up those knees so you can sit between them, do that. Just breathe. Give me one more deep breath in. We'll come back to all fours. Come up to all fours. Adjusting as needed. Hips and knees in alignment, hands and shoulders. Bring that right arm out and left leg out. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Now our goal here is to keep our hips square with the ground and still finding balance. Once you're good with this, go ahead and pretend someone's taking your arm and pulling it one direction and then taking your leg and pulling you the other. So we're really lengthening out that spine. Holding it there. Now this core, don't let things arch on you. I want you to lift and try to make yourself a tabletop. So we're kind of tucked in a little in that core. Someone's continuing to pull you one direction and then the other. Keep breathing in 3, 2, 1. Relax that down. We're going to switch sides. So left arm, right leg. Holding it there. Watching those hips, making sure our hips are staying square with the ground. Now we're going to pretend someone's pulling our arm one direction, our leg the other. Pay attention to that core, making sure we're not arching, but we're pulled in. And keep breathing here, guys. So is this a little hard? If you're struggling with this, you need to work a little more on core, okay? So it's okay if you're struggling. Keep breathing in 3, 2, 1. Relax that down. Press it back to child's pose. Press it back. Beautiful. Just a couple deep breaths here. And we're going to walk it out. So walk it out to the belly. So all the way down. Sticking our hands right under our shoulders and take our elbows and tuck them in. Feet flat. Well, tops of the feet on the ground. We're going to lift it all the way up into Cobra. Nice and slow. So depending upon your range, you may be able to go all the way up this morning. You may not be able to, but that's okay. We'll get you warmed up. Let's take it all the way back down. Keep your inner arm rubbing against your rib cage. So keep those elbows tucked in nice and tight. Again, let's lift. Pull those shoulders down away from the ears. And then take it back down. Each time we're doing this, if you're not at your full range, try to get up a little further each time. So we're going to continue to do this just a couple more reps. And really focus on where your shoulders are, keeping your shoulders pulled down away from our ears. I tend to see a lot of people bring their shoulders up when they're here where we want to pull it down. Take it back down. Give me 2 more of these. 2 more. This is such a healthy exercise for our back. I recommend it to a lot of my clients to do daily. We're going to hold the top. All right, dig those back toes in. We're going to press it back to a modified down dog. So we're going to press it back, but keep your knees bent. Keep your knees bent. Push those hips high in the air. Those knees are bent. We're pushing through the palms of our hands. Okay, we are still trying to push our heels towards the ground, but they're not going to go because our knees are bent, right? Holding it here. We are now going to straighten one knee at a time as if we're running in place. So we're warming up those hamstrings. We're letting them know we're serious now. So listen up, hamstrings. Continue to press through the palms of the hands. Hips are high in the air, high in the air. Soft neck. Try not to strain that neck. Drop both heels, press all your weight back. We're going to step our right leg forward into lunge. Now this may take you a minute to get here. If you don't have the mobility in your hips, get that knee up there as best as you can. Once we're here, make sure our ankle is flat on the ground and in line with that knee here. Finding our balance, we're going to step all the way forward into forward fold. Step it forward. Holding it there in that forward fold. Let that head just rest. Round it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Give me a nice deep breath in. Exhale as we come all the way down. Step that right leg back into lunge. The one that you brought forward is now going back. Step it all the way back to plank. Perfect plank. We're going to chaturanga all the way down. So bend those elbows, take it all the way down. Inhale up as we take it up to our Cobra. We should have range now. Dig the toes in, press it back to your down dog. Drop those heels, press the palms of the hands. Hold it there and breathe. Drop one heel at a time as if you're running in place again. So now we're getting a little more into those calf muscles maybe. Those are starting to lengthen. Drop both heels. Remember, you have a nice soft neck here. This time, let's take our left leg all the way forward into lunge. All the way forward into lunge. Holding it there. May take you a moment to get here. That's okay. Make sure that foot's flat on the ground. Knee and ankle are in alignment. Find your balance, and we're going to step forward into that forward fold again. Step it forward. Let everything hang. Let's breathe. Round it all the way up. Beautiful. We're going to step it wide on our mat. Turning our toes to the corners. Give me a nice deep breath in. Arms over the head, and we're going to sink into a sumo squat as we bring our hands to heart center. Holding it here. We're just going to rock it side to side a little bit here. Just warming up those hips a little. If your legs are a little sore for Monday, you're welcome. The soreness should hopefully have subsided a little by now. If not, it's okay. It's okay. One more here. Turn those toes forward for me and kick those hips back and take it into a forward fold here. Forward fold here. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? Turn those toes to the corner. We're going to bend our knees and sink a little deeper into this now. Sinking a little deeper into our toes are slightly turned out. If the range isn't here, it's okay. Stay up here. But I can't get that low, Tess. Stay low. I just want you to think about dropping those hips, Holding it there. Toes forward, straighten the knees and lift those hips again. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Again, turn your toes to the corners. Bend the knees, drop the hips, flatten your back. Okay, try not to let that back climb. Pull those shoulders down away from the ears and flatten that back. Toes forward into forward fold. Beautiful. We're going to walk our hands over to our left side. I'm not sure on the screen if this is your left or your right. In class, I know it is, but I don't know if the screen flips it. So whatever side this is, how's that? Walk it over to the other side now. Walk it over to the other side. Oh, feeling good this morning, right? Walking it back to center. Okay, this time we're going to walk it to this left side. We're going to turn both our toes to the side of the room. Walk that right leg back, so that front leg back, and we're going to find our balance and lift to a lunge. Find that balance and lift. Dropping that hip. Finding that balance, deep breath in, arms above the head. Arms above the head. Hold and breathe. Pushing that hip down. We're stretching into that hip. So pushing that hip down. Weights on all four corners of that front leg. We got it. Deep breath in. We're going to hinge at the hips and put our hands on the ground. Hinge at the hips. And we're going to walk our hands to the front and over to the other side now. Walk it over. Both toes go to the side of the room, right? We're finding our balance. Bend that front knee. We're going out to our back toe, so we're in that lunge again. Find your balance. Lift the head and shoulders. Lift it up. Find your balance. Arm above the head. The full crescent. Oh, doesn't that feel so good? Pushing that hip down. Now, if this is a lot on that front leg because we worked really hard, you can drop that back knee down. So stay here if you can, but if you need to drop that back knee, that's okay. That's okay. Holding it there. Deep breath in. Hinge the hips, hands forward. Beautiful. Walk it back to center. Turn your toes forward. Hands forward into that forward fold. Sink a little deeper. Do you feel like you can sink a little deeper into it? Beautiful. All right, bring it all the way up. All right, we're going to sit on the mat now. So take a seat. I'm going to pull my mat back a bit here. I have a traveling mat. All right, we're going to do one of my favorite fire logs. And if you did assessments with me, earlier this week, this is one I give a lot. So one foot on top of the other. I like this one because it's a very, very effective way to get into your glutes. And I talked about, again, during my assessments and consultations is stretching our glutes are really important. Lean it forward if you can. especially if we sit all day. Those glutes get really tight. Tight glutes will lead to lower back pain, and nobody wants that. So this is a really, really good stretch. I was doing this last night before bed, and I had my elbows on the ground. It shows the difference morning versus night, doesn't it? I'm like, oh, yeah, like this is why we need to stretch in the morning to get ready for the day. Get ready for the day and stretch at night, because I could only imagine what I would have felt like this morning. Bring this all the way up, switch sides. Other one comes on top and lean it forward. Oh, there's a little more range there. That feel nice. It was so great to meet so many of you during our consultations. A lot of you I've chatted with, I've talked to you, but I've never met you. So for all that signed up, thank you for signing up. And it was so fun meeting you. Actually, Wednesday was my favorite day of the week. It was busy. I was busy, but man, it was really neat to meet you. So thank you guys. We have such an amazing group of people on here that I just can't get over it. Bring it all the way up. All right, we're bring both legs out to the side. So pay attention to your heels. Don't let your heels roll in, your toes roll in. Think about pushing your toes to the back of the room, okay? Now, you may be right here and you say, this is it, Tess. This is my stretch. You can put your hands behind you to help you sit up tall. So if you're like sinking into it here, bring your hands behind you and I want you to lift. Lift tall, okay? Now, this is where home base is fine. If you want to bring it forward and walk it forward a little and get those elbows on the ground, go for it. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is your back. Okay, I don't want your back rounded. I really don't want you to round to try to get into this, okay? I want you to lift the chest, pull those shoulder blades back, and walk those hands out. Hold it here. Breathe. See, last night my elbows were on the ground again. Amazing of why we should stretch in the morning, yes? Let's walk both hands to one side. Both hands to one side. And I'm going to let that back round a little because now we're going to get the muscles in the back to stretch. So if you're here, great. If you're still like, Tess, I'm going to be right here, that's fine. Okay, support yourself. But if you're able, get that nose to your knee, round the back on this one. Getting a nice stretch. Doesn't that feel wonderful? Let's walk it over to the other side. So Fridays is my day. I go to my chiropractor once a month. And since we have started Matt Man this Friday, and I've taken that time to stretch with you guys, my chiropractor goes, what have you changed? Because my adjustments are better. I'm more limber. I'm holding the adjustment better. And I tell her, I go, I spend 20 minutes stretching with my people. And she goes, keep doing it. It's working. Bring it back to center here. So it just shows you like how important it is and how it helps overall wellness and well-being. Let's bring this all the way up. All right, let's lay on our back here. Let's get some spinal twist in. Roll it all the way down. We're going to draw one knee in. This is my favorite spinal twist, as you all know. We're going to take that knee across the body and looking away and holding it there. Doesn't that feel really good? This is one of my favorite stretches. You can do this while laying in bed even. Think about that. You know, to push the husband away, push the spouse away. Like just go. I'm stretching. Oh, you feel stretch. You may feel stretch all up into the pec, maybe into the glute, in that lower back. Yes. Bring that knee up, straighten the leg. Draw the other knee in. Draw it across the body. Arm comes out and look away. Oh, do you get any crackles, snaps, and pops this morning? Can you just feel how good that is? We warmed up that back fairly decent. So he's ready for this twist. And I like to twist because that's everyday life. We spend everyday life twisting and turning. We don't live in this front plane or side plane movement. We're constantly rotating and picking things up. So strengthening I call them our twisty turning muscles is important. Bring it back to center here. Draw both knees into your chest now. All right, we're going to take our hands to the side. We're going to drop both knees to one side this time. So drop both knees. We're not going to stay long, so don't get comfortable. Keep the knees together, keep the feet together, and lift those knees up and over, up and over. Oh, lower back, hello. Keep the knees and feet together, up and over again. up and over. Keep that movement going, and now I want you to go at your own tempo, at your own pace. And just really focus on that lower back. That's what we're working on. It's just warming up that lower back some more, letting it know we're going to be okay today. We're going to be okay. Just breathe. Bring it back to center here. Draw your knees to your chest and make yourself a little ball. Okay, if you're able to grab your wrists, great. If you're able to go a little further and grab your forearm, great. If you're able to go a little further and grab your elbows, grab your elbows. Once you've done that, just pull those knees deep into your chest. Make yourself a little ball. There could be some tension in your hips because of this. Push your lower back on the ground. Tuck that chin to your chest. Hold it there and breathe. And 3, 2, 1, and relax it down. Bring the arms up over the head, legs out. We're going to lengthen here. Try to get those shoulders on the mat. Keep holding it there. And make sure that lower back is off the ground. So I can stick my arm completely under my back, pushing my shoulders on. Someone's pulling my arms one direction, my legs the other. Who thought that would have felt so good, right? Yes. Bring that right leg up. We're going to grab behind the knee. Try to get that leg nice and straight. So you can see my leg's nice and straight here. Holding it there. We're not going to stay long. Relax that down. Bring the other one up. We spent a lot of time already stretching those hamstrings today. And so this is just a good little finisher, making sure that knee is straight as much as we can. Relax it all the way down. We're going to put the bottom of our feet together. Arms up over your head again. Big arch in your back. Doesn't that feel good? Let's get a little deeper into this. Dig the sides of your feet into the mat. Bring your hands down to the side, and we're going to lift our hips up off the ground. Okay, so that allows our knees to drop. They're going past their normal range, and we're getting a bigger stretch right in those hips, right there. Continue to hold that. We're pushing those sides of the feet into the ground. We're working that lower back a little. We're holding in 3, 2, 1. Relax. Bring those knees together. All right, we're just going to do a little talking for just a moment with some work. Now, we have the ab day. We do a lot of things on our back. But I do want to talk about a pelvis tilt real quick to help you improve your ab day and take stress off that lower back. So we've been laying here and we've been having that space between our lower back and the mat, which is normal because we have a curve in our spine. But when we're doing ab exercises, we want to get that back flat. And if you go to class, you're like, push your lower back on the ground. And your brain's like, I don't know what that means. I'm going to tell you right now. So take your feet about hip distance apart. I want you to lift your hips into a bridge. Now imagine there's a glass of water that's sitting right here on your pelvis bone. So here's my glass of water. I want to take that glass of water and I want to tilt it onto my chest by using my pelvis. So in order to do that, I'm going to take my pelvis and I'm going to tip it. Okay, so here I am neutral. Here I am tipped. Neutral, tip. See the difference there? Okay. Once I'm tipped, I'm going to keep that tip and lower my hips all the way to the ground. Once I've done that, I cannot get my hand under my lower back anymore. So if I'm on the ground, I get my hand out of the way. This is me naturally. I get my hand under there, right? This is me tilting my pelvis. And now I have a nice flat back. Okay, don't push through the heels. I'll get people pushing through their heels to make that happen. Okay, you've got to think about tilting that pelvis. So in your Pilates class, they tell you to dip, right? That's what they're looking for here. Okay, now as we're laying here, I want you to imagine someone's punching you in the belly. So I'm laying here and someone's punching you in the belly. When that happens, your core is going to flatten and kind of move out and back and forth. Okay, so I want you to relax that. I don't know if you can see this in the screen well. Okay, relax. Here I am relaxed. My lower back's still on the ground, but someone's going to punch me in the belly. I don't know if you can see that. I need to do like a close-up video. Ooh. And relax. One more time. Someone's punching you in the belly. Contract and relax. Okay, through this whole thing, that lower back's on the ground. And that's something I want you to kind of maybe focus on this weekend, is laying on the ground and practicing and keeping that lower back on the ground without pushing through your heels. And if you need to make it just a little easier, if you bring your legs up, that's going to help you push that lower back down. So you shouldn't really be contracting too many muscles to get that push down. It's just practice. So whenever we're doing anything, right? Anything, all those look familiar, right? Lower back's on the ground the whole time. All right, guys, let's finish this out. Let's round it all the way up. So tips from Tess, that's what you got right now. Let's sit nice and tall, nice and tall. All right, give me a nice deep breath in. Inhale up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale up. Exhale as you come down. What I want you to think about right now is getting all the negativity out of your life. So I want you to inhale the good and exhale the bad. Go ahead and close your eyes. I'm just going to talk you through this next minute. Deep breath in, exhale down. Bring in the good, exhale out the bad. Whatever is holding you down, keep this movement going. Inhale and exhale with the arms. Whatever you don't need that is negative, it's not serving you. Get rid of it. Exhale it out. Get it out of your body, out of your mind, and out of your spirit. Inhale up. And as you inhale up, fill those voids that you now created because you got rid of negative with positive. Give me one more deep breath in and keep the hands at heart center. And keep those eyes closed if you want. Hold it there. Hands at heart center, pulling our shoulders down away from our ears. We're sitting up nice and tall. Keep inhaling and exhaling. Inhale the good, exhale the bad. And focus on one thing you want to accomplish today. It can be absolutely anything. And if you were to accomplish today getting this class done, you did it. If there's something else you want to accomplish today, like clean your bathroom, do it. Anything. Put that in your brain, put that in your mind. Go ahead and open your eyes for me if you haven't already. Give me one more nice deep breath in up. Exhale down and namaste, which means the light in me honors the light in you. I know we went a little late, sorry guys, but it just feels so good. As I said, on the days you're not wanting to do your workout, promise yourself 5 minutes. Just say, I'll do 5 minutes. You'll be surprised once you get moving how great you'll feel. All right, I think that is everything. I appreciate everyone who logged in live with me, and I appreciate everyone who is going to do it later today. And as you know, I'm here for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to me. Week 1, success. So moving into week 2, make sure to watch your exercise of the week. I have those posted every Sunday, and they are just forms so you can watch, form, and maybe adjust what you're doing to make your workouts more effective. So, all right, guys, please have a wonderful weekend. Make good choices, and I will see you guys when I see you. Have an amazing day. Bye.